Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very grateful to the organization for being able to come to invite me, and also want to appreciate Mr. Dipo, Dr. Dipo Gbero for the support. I'm glad to be here. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me as we look into this important issue, work-life balance. So I will be going through this outline. Yes, we're going through this outline. We talk about how society and work has evolved over time. We look at what are the effects of poor work balance, and then we look at benefit of good work-life balance. Then how do we achieve this? Then we conclude and have question and answer. So introduction. Life and work have changed over time. Work has expanded beyond the four walls of offices. Globalization and technological advancement has continued to shrink the time available for us to enjoy life. The need to work and live smart evolves per second. What worked yesterday no longer work today. We are living disconnected from our relatives, even our research, because a lot of us now, we are tied, we are married to our phones. We are waiting to see we don't want to miss the next call, the next chat, the next email, the next skits, the next thing. So even when we are told, everybody, even the children, everybody holds the gadgets. Someone is with laptop, someone with phone, someone with the iPad, everybody is busy, just continue. As everybody feels sleepy, each person goes to go and sleep, and then wake up in the morning, he that continues. So you may not even know what is going on. So continually, we are being disconnected from ourselves and from our relatives. Then this sort of living is having negative impact on our physical and mental well-being. You see people on Facebook, you see their picture, you think they are fine. And the next thing you hear is that person has committed suicide. So how has the society evolved over time? This is just for us to go through the memory from prehistoric history where they were hunter, they hunt the meat, gather it, and cook it. They don't have to keep food for 1 week in the freezer and warm it every morning with microwave. They gather the food and heat it. They go out, they have social bonds, they live within the same community. Then we have the agricultural society, we have the agricultural revolution came in, and then they can now plant, they can now have division of labor. Some people plant, some people sell, some people do so other things. Some can rear plants, some can rear animals and cool. Then we have the civilization, where we now have the complex society. People can now write and keep record. We now have trade and economy. We still remember trade by barter, and eventually we have money. Now today, we are moving toward the era of digital money, that we don't have to carry cash up and down. Then we have the classical society, we have the empires, the religion, the philosophy, and all of that. We have the medieval society, where the authorized of institution, then cultural exchange. Then we have the modern society, which a lot of us are now born in, where we have the globalization, industrial revolution, enlightenment, renaissance, all these things comes in, and that's where we are today. And looking forward now, we are in information age, where the demographics are changing, there are social movement, everything is changing. The way we used to communicate is changing, the way we used to do everything, even work now is changing. So everything is changing. And the same way, work too has evolved over time to what we have today, where everything is now going toward automation, hybrid work, focus, and then when we now have to focus more on well-being and work-life balance, which we are doing today, because more and more work is evolving. Work does not stop after you have left office. You still continue to work on your phone, work on your laptop, and code. And therefore, you see most time now a lot of people are doing remote work where they stay in their homes, and then they work around the clock. I saw a lady sometimes who work from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. or 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. every day, because he works for international organization, and that's when his own time slot, because around that window, that's when they are in the place of origin of the company. So and he's standing on our heads. He's not having good sleeps. He's having headaches. He's having a lot of mental issues because of having to cope with that kind of work. So when we don't have good work-life balance, what happens? We have increased stress level. We have a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. Any small thing, we are panicking. We cannot sleep. We cannot cope. Even with time, we will not be able to even cope with the work. Then issue of burnout, depression will come in. And that's why at times we just have some people commit suicide. It's all about poor work balance. Person have become they have become depersonalized. It's just a human being just working, just wake up, resume in office, get into the car, go home, sleep, watch television, just keep going on the cycle. You never think that, oh, wait, for the past 2 years, what have I done? For the past 1 month, what have I done? He doesn't have time to think again, just going through the cycle. And before you know it, he got burned out, there's no more interest, and eventually depression comes in. Then physical health problem comes in. If you have seen a lot of younger people now developing hypertension, obesity, because there's no time for exercise, there is increase with depression. Depression comes with two things. It's either you overeat or you undereat. So people that overeat, that's what we call emotional eating. They just eat and eat and eat to forget the sorrow, to forget the problem. Then they keep becoming obese, and that comes with its own problem. Sleep disorders. A lot of people come to hospital and say, doctor, I cannot sleep. Doctor, I cannot sleep. They are looking for Valium and other drugs to sleep, but eventually this does not work. Then we have reduced immune function. You see, remember what happened with COVID? A lot of people lost their life. There will be increased illness. There will be more frequent health issues. Then we thought there will be decreased productivity and job satisfaction. Then there will be strained relationship because the person is just stressed. So any small, even when there is no intention to cause problem, the person takes it as offense. There is strained relationship at work, even with customers. You see someone at front desk fighting with customers, but this is because of the customer, you are going to be paid salaries at the end of the month. So impact on cognitive function too. Person will not be able to discharge his duty well. You will not be able to cope, and then you will not be able to. You have poor problem solving abilities, and then when all these are happening and it takes a toll on the person, then the person you have to look for coping mechanisms, and we all have a sort of coping mechanism. People can now try to take negative lifestyle choices like using substance. You can talk of alcohol, but also carbonated drinks, caffeine, and all the other caffeine-based energy drinks and food. They are all substance in their right, and because of this, that's why we are having increasing incidence of what we call metabolic associated fatty liver disease now, which is the same way as what we used to have as alcoholic disease, and this also is becoming a new cause of liver cancer. And we know once someone has liver cancer, most time death is imminent because liver is only one. It doesn't have to. There is nobody alive can give out his liver and still be living. So all these substances, you may say, I don't drink alcohol, but do you also take too much of carbonated drinks? Then neglect of exercise and improper diet. People just see, they wake up in the morning, they take snacks, in the afternoon, they take snacks. When you get home in the night, they eat heavy meal and sleep. Then when we talk about all these things, we have to mention burnout. Because when there is no proper work-life balance, burnout is going to happen. And what are the things that causes burnout? I will just run through it. Workload. When there's excessive workload, you are working somewhere, but because you feel that you need more money, you are taking more and more jobs, you are doing 2-3 jobs together just to make ends meet, and then you cannot, there is excessive work, we're going to burn out. Somebody is not fine. Let me take your call for you. Somebody, let me do it for you. Let me do it for you. So that getting money, eventually the person will burn out. Lack of control. Then insufficient reward when the person is not being well recognized. Then if there is poor work relationship where you don't know the mood of your boss going to be to get that person is just angry, submit assignments, shout on him, you can't approach him. There is so much friction in the workspace, it causes burnout. Then there is mismatch of values, or the person neglects his personal life. He's just working and working, he's not taking care of himself, taking care of himself, and then he's unable to disconnect from. There are some people that they cannot disconnect from work. There are people that are very good at this. Once they leave the office, the work has ended. They don't carry anything home. When they get home, they are with their family, they are with their friends. But some people are not like that. Everything they carry it up, even when they are still sleeping, it's still all about that work. All that causes burnout. And when burnout happens, what happens? It gives physical health issues like fatigue, health problems, headaches, poor sleeps, even some people depression, anxiety, and even stomach ulcer and all the rest can come in. Then anxiety and depression, cognitive impairments, then person will not be able to perform well, and there'll be strained relationship, and there'll be decreased job satisfaction. But when we have a very good work-life balance, what happens? We will have reduced stress level. The stress hormones, which are cortisol and the others, will not be dominant in our body, and then be able to cope better, need to develop better coping mechanisms. You'll be able to take things easy and be able to face issues, and also be able to have good personal development. Then we have enhanced mental health. Person will not be, the risk of burnout will be reduced, and then risk of depression and anxiety will also be, because the person is enjoying the work, enjoying his life, so there will be less tendency to be depressed. Then there will be better physical health. Person will eat very well, he will have improved immune function, and then the risk of chronic disease will be reduced, because person will be very active, will not likely be overweight, will sleep well, and then risk of chronic disease will be reduced. Then diet too, if you eat well, so the problem of diet will not come in. Then there will be increased productivity. There will be improved relationship in the office, because everybody is relaxed, can relate very well, and work better. And then there will be enhanced quality of life. There will be improved sleep quality. And then there will be promotion of personal growth. Person will be able to think ahead. What else can I do? What else can I do? Be able to plan ahead. Also do a lot more of a personal development. So we have seen the benefits of this now. How can we get this done? The first thing we need to do is that we need to set clear boundaries. We need to know when work finishes, when work closes. Even with our phone, we need to set boundaries with our phone. Where if you look at the phone, you know that the phone is actually designed to go off at a particular time of the day. But how many of us here have time on and time off in our phones? That people here, even up to 12 minutes, we still receive message from the office, you say, I still want to check. So we have time, we have boundaries. There are times that once email comes, that email is not going to be replied until tomorrow morning. You should another thing you need to know is that our body has what we call body clock. And our body clock goes to sleeping mode by 9 p.m. So whatever it is we are doing from 9 p.m. we need to be mindful of it. The tendency to make mistakes is higher. We will not do it well. So whatever it's not, just keep writing it down. I need to do this, write it down. So that by the time you write everything down, just keep it. Good night, I will see you tomorrow morning. Then in the morning, you can sort all those things out. So and we need to communicate the boundaries. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hi, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. So we need to...
I can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir, thank you. We need to communicate these boundaries when we set it. Then we need to prioritize our tasks. We all know about Eisenhower matrix, and then we still look at it after this slide. Then we need to delegate. We need to identify what others can do. Even as parents, we can delegate it to our children. These children, they know a lot now these days, so we can delegate it to them. Oh, you need to prepare something, just give it to them. They can search. If you think that they can search, they can do research for you. They can search the engine, they know the latest search engine that will work for you and get things for you. So we should not look down, we should delegate. Then we should mark time management. We should have block time for important tasks. We should also use technology wisely. A lot of what we waste a lot of times on Facebook, WhatsApp, chat, social media, that we don't have time for the important things. Then we need to incorporate breaks. We need to have breaks during our program, during our meeting, during our office hour. We need to have breaks so that we have time to stretch our legs, to walk up. After when we are sat down for like 2 hours, we should stand up and move down the stairs. We should have breaks. And then during those breaks, we should just keep away, shut down your system, walk away, come back to it. Then your brain will be refreshed again to continue the work. Then we should promote healthy lifestyle. Exercise. It's been said that we should exercise 150 minutes in a week. That's 30 minutes a day. So just brisk walking around the office, park your car, just stroll or walk through the steps. Anything you can just do, fine. You don't have to go to gym. You don't have to have a treadmill you have before you can exercise. Even you can put on a music and be dancing until you sweat, and then you go and have a shower. You have exercise for 30 minutes. Then healthy eating. What is healthy eating? Food that is rich in fruits and vegetables. Food that is less of high calorie, low fiber diets. Food that is less in fatty things, less of fried food, less of red meat, and less of flour-based junks. Then you should sleep adequately. It should be said as 7 to 8 hours a day. But the more many of your sleep is that when you wake up, are you refreshed? That's a better way of knowing whether you have slept well. So I just want to quickly show us the yes, this is the box. I'm sure a lot of us have seen this before. When you prioritize, oh, you have 20 things to do, you just put them in those boxes, and you find out what is the one that, and what determines that, are they important, are they urgent? Something that is important and urgent, you have to do it immediately. Something that is important but not urgent, you plan when you are going to do it. But the problem is that most times this second box gets lost out when we are busy doing the number 4, which is that are not important and not urgent. All those things, mails that are not relevant, social media threads that you don't know about. I'm in Nigeria, what's my business with who rule America? What's my business with, okay, Putin doing this, then we just keep reading and reading and spend 2-3 hours on our phones reading things that was not even relevant to our work. Why would I use that time to read about how to use AI in our work, about how to use other things to enhance our work? So we need to plan this in everything we do. We need to then things that be important, that are urgent but not important. We look for somebody that can do it for us. So that's the complex. So then we have the wheel of life. That just to test our, that we can test ourselves. Before now, I ask the coordinator to help to send something to us so that we can need to test ourselves, check ourselves, how is our life balance. Then we also need to focus on our mental health. We need to practice mindfulness, meditation. Meditation is not only about yoga. In every religion, that meditation. If you are Muslim, meditate on Quran. If you are a Christian, meditate on the Bible. Whatever it is you believe, have time to yourself to meditate, to think about yourself, to take inventory of things, jot things down, journal things, look for what you can be grateful for, and all the likes. Then you need to embrace flexibility. Be flexible. We should not be rigid in whatever we are doing. We should look for better way of doing whatever we are doing. We should learn new ways of doing things. Whatever job we are doing, there's always a better and better way of doing it. Even this, we are giving a lecture to come and present. There are something else. There is the better way you can do it than how you used to be done before. So we need to adjust our workload, and then also we should discuss with our employers on how things can be done better. So we shouldn't just be taking everything on and just continue coping with it to be burnt out. Then we need to engage in leisure activities. We need to pursue hobbies. We need to prioritize family time. Then we need to make time to reflect. I've mentioned that. We need to set goals. Then we need to lead by example. We need to model balance. If you are leader, if you are employer, you need to show our employees how to balance life. At times, I know employers that do invite employees to party or to have a time together to relax, take them out for them to relax, so that he's showing them what they need to practice themselves. Then what first? We know there are time management tools, which I know majority of here know, like Google Calendar, where you can put up time, Google Outlook. There are so many other ones. Even Asana, while I was starting for this program, I came across Asana, where it can even help you to plan yourself. It can help you to plan your life. You can put things you want to do there, and it can help you to put them in those 4 boxes and tell you which one you need to do. Communication tools. Even our WhatsApp, our Telegram can do a lot. This meeting we are meeting, loading now, we can do it on WhatsApp conference call. So we need to be aware of all these things. All our phones that we carry, we need to know what they can do. Wellness and mindfulness apps. There are apps that can help us, that are fitness tracker that we can use to monitor our steps that we are taking, that can use to plan things. If you are a Christian, there are Bible apps on our phone that can remind, oh, you have not read your Bible today, and can give you what to read, what to meditate on. If you are Muslim, there are other things like that too. So we need to always look for this in Apple Watch and co. Then remote work tools are also available for us if we need them. Then we have the social support networks. We have the LinkedIn, the Meetup, where we can meet up with other people in our sphere of work, and then we can learn new things that are happening, and we can connect. When we have a problem, we can put it up there, and someone will be there to help us out. Health and fitness app. If you are diabetic, there are my sugar app, hypertension, my BP app. All those things are there that can help us to monitor our health and also be able to give us proper advice when necessary. Flexibility and scheduling tools that can help us schedule our time depending on the nature of work you do. There are apps that can help you schedule. Goal tracking app are there, and then we also have apps that can help us set boundaries. Recently, I stopped on an app. It's called Minimalist app. What it does is that it works like a launcher on the phone. So once it's on the phone there, is if I put my phone now and go to Facebook, the app will ask me how many minutes do I want to spend on that Facebook. And if I put 1 minute or 2 minutes, by that 1 minute, it's going to take me off the Facebook. So for a recent time, I've not been on Facebook for more than 1 or 2 minutes at a time, because it's going to remind me how many times I want to stay. So we can set all those things that help us create boundaries. Then we have do not disturb features on our phones. Like I'm having this meeting now, I put it on. So no call will enter, so nobody got to disturb me. So we need to use all these tools that can help us. Then self-management. I'm rounding up gradually. We need to practice mindfulness, physical activity. We need to make choices. We need to manage our time. Then we need to have social support. We need to engage in hobbies. We need to have we need to practice mindsets, cognitive techniques like behavioral techniques, positive affirmation. We need to look at ourselves at the mirror, talk to ourselves, I'm good at what I'm doing. You need to talk positively to yourself, not negatively. Then we need to spend time outdoors, create a calm workspace. I need to journal, we need to write. We need to be writing, learn to be writing down. And even on our phone, we can use Keep Notes. Google Keep Notes to write. We can use Microsoft Notes. There are so many things you can use to journal down, write things down. Oh, I want to do, write what you want to do, write what you have experienced, what I think you are grateful for, and we can be writing things up. And these days now, anybody can write things up. You can write up my experience in this, my experience in that. You never know when it will be needed. So we need to learn to be journaling. Then if you are experiencing burnout, what can we do? We need to look for self-care strategy, practice mindfulness, increase physical activity. You need to communicate. Oh, my boss, please, this work is becoming too much for me. What can we do? We need to create time boundaries. We need to create positive work environment. We need to seek support. And then we need to engage in meaningful activities. Then I have some tips for us, as we need to know our risk. Oh, is that diabetes running in my family? Is hypertension running in my family? You need to know and prepare. Then we need to know your numbers. What are the numbers? Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, weight, height, your BMI. You need to know. We need to eat healthy food that are rich in vegetables and fruit, whole grain foods, less of packaged, lot of processed foods, less of junk foods, less of red meat, less of carbonated drink, less of alcohol, and all the likes. We need to drink more water and eat healthy food. We need to avoid harmful substances. We need to be active. I've said it 150 minutes a week. We need to sleep well. When we want to sleep, after now, we can check on our phone and search for sleep hygiene. We need to learn all those sleep hygiene and abide with them so that I can enjoy sleep. We need to interact. We should not be isolated. Then we need to monitor our mental well-being. Once you feel like you are feeling down, just Google on your phone, PHQ-9. It will come up and you can assess yourself whether am I expressing depression. It will tell you, and then you can seek medical help. Then when we see medical help, we should comply with whatever they are giving us. We should be careful with us. Everybody now on Facebook giving, everybody are now doctors. Everybody are doctors, we are not telling everybody what to do. Oh, once you are hypertensive, just stay barefooted. And once your leg touch the ground, people will come down. Once you do the people please, let's be careful with whatever they tell us and what we are buying. Then we should have a source of hope. Because a lot of people that have depression and commit suicide and the likes is because they lost hope. Whatever it is we face in life, we should always remember there is hope. We should have a source of hope. We are Christian, we should know what we are doing. We are Muslim, we should be committed. Whatever it is we have a source of hope, we should be committed to it and know it well. Because even in the field of medicine now, we are realizing the place of spirituality. Two people can have cancer and one may survive, the other will not survive because of how much hope they have. Then we should have health insurance. Then in conclusion, society are evolving, dynamics are changing. Then we have to continue to change. It's only those who continue to change that we enjoy good work-life balance and live longer in good health and have peace of mind. We need to embrace contentment. We need to be willing to learn or learn and relearn. What you to work before, we no longer work again. So we need to continue to unlearn and relearn. We need to always go back to school to relearn. And these days now, we can go back to school on our phones. We have Udemy, we have Allison. There are so many people that are ready to teach us almost free. We can learn those things. We can learn everything now and then be able to do our work better. We need to exercise regularly. We need to make sure we monitor our mental health. And then when we identify problem, we should get help on time. And then when we have, especially people that are hypertensive or diabetic, whatever we are to be taking, we should adhere to it and follow up effectively. Thank you very much. Over. I'm done.
Thank you very much, Doc. That was very educative and very helpful. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, please, you've heard the doctor's presentation. I'm sure some of you might have some questions that you would like to ask. So I would like to throw it back to the floor. Please, you may send your question either by text if you don't feel comfortable saying it aloud, or you can just ask it right away. Please go on. So I think there's a question that's come up. The person says, please, I joined in late. Will you giving slides? Yes, please. We will be sharing slides. So please stay tuned. Right after this program, we will share some slides for you to follow up what happened. We would also share, we've recorded the session and it will be shared. Any more questions? Please just unmute your mic and then ask away. Any questions for the good doctor, please? Okay, so Doc, just let me ask this whilst we are waiting for people to put their thoughts together. So if you are, say, a company that employs staff, what can you do to help your staff in general so that they can have a much more peace at work and they can have a much more balanced work environment? Because I guess what some employers are concerned is, I'm paying you to work for me. Why would I allow you to have the freedom of what we perceive work life to be about? So,
okay. Thank you very much. As employer, what first thing, that's why one of the things I mentioned we should do is to model work-life balance. As an employer, you yourself must have been practicing effective work-life balance before you can plan a working model that will allow people to have good work-life balance. Staffing. How do you staff? Do you understaff or overstaff? How do you plan working hours? How do you plan the working schedule? Look at it. Okay, this work, does it require everybody have to come to work every day? Can some people work remotely? Even now, like government of Lagos State woke up and felt that with the stress, oh, people should be coming to work 3 days in a week. The other day they should work from home. So as a employer, you yourself, you have to have a good work-life balance, and then be able to model that and be able to create a schedule that allow workers to work in a way that help them, in a way that will help them to have good work-life balance. Then you have to create a good working environment which we continually improve. Okay, like for example, in an hospital, I know there's even as of now the hospital that where they see go paper, biro and paper. Somebody still has to carry files from one room to another. Doctor has to go back to be writing and writing and writing. Meanwhile, they can actually create system where people can just type on their system and work continues. Then the issue of you need to continually involve in the work environment that continually then you need to continually improve the tools that is being used. If there are newer tools coming up, you need to update the tools that are available, and then we need to also learn newer ways of doing things. If that thing has been done remotely, you should do it, and then you need to continually then start training. You need to train them for them to be able to get abreast with newer ways of doing things. Oh, there are newer things to do. Just create a small meeting, get someone to talk to them. Maybe in the evening, they just have a meet, invite someone to just train them. Oh, AI, there's now a new AI that can help us. If my firm is an accounting firm, is there a new ways of doing accounting? Then you bring someone to teach us. Then when everybody is done, then they will be able to that will increase productivity and there will be less stress. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Doc. So there's a question. So if I'm working in a company that I feel that there is not too much work-life balance, I'm more focused on work, and there's very little time for me to spend with myself and with my family. What do I do? And bear in mind that this is in Africa. This is basically in West Africa, where getting a job is very difficult. And after struggling to get a job, you find that you're spending all your working days at work and you have very little time for yourself, and it's stressing the person out. So what should the person do?
Okay. There is a book written by what's his name now? Robert Kiyosaki, Before You Quit Your Job. This kind of thing, if we are in this kind of situation, you need to also, there's always a way of you need to see that there is no, the issue of it is that if the environment, you should always look internally, look inwardly, because we should not, there are two things. Each individual will either a thermostat or a thermometer. A thermometer takes in the temperature of the environment and work with it, while a thermostat dictates the environment. Even if the environment is like that, there's always a way you can do. There's always something you can do that can help you manage yourself. And then you set, okay, this work is stressing me. I don't want to work. Like, I know people, I remember those days where in the early days of telecoms, Airtel and Glo and when they started, a lot of those people who work, I can imagine they put somebody on night, he work from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and he has only 1 hour to sleep in the night. So you have to sit down that system, and and Nigerians are very terrible, Nigerian customers can be very funny. Somebody will wake up at 2 a.m. and call customer care that my phone is not working. I have to answer. And they explain to me that most when they sit with the computer screen with their bare eyes open, and they wear headsets. If you have ever worn an headset before, you know how bad it can be. And people will stand in the middle of traffic with all the noise and be calling customer care. So a lot of people, they go through all those stress. And I saw a lady, by the time the day I saw her, her eyes were red. And later on, she told me that she has left the job and it's now have to take on teaching jobs. So one thing is that you look at, assess the environment, assess the work, look at how better way can I, is there a better way I can approach this? I can set timeline. I want to do this work for the next 1 hour, for the next 1 year. Okay. Then I need to, after this, I want to, what work do I want to do? I want to go into, there are a lot of graduates now in Nigeria that what they do is fashion designing. So with that, I want to do, as you are going to work, you need to plan, okay, let me start learning tailoring. So within, by the end of 1 year, I want to leave this job. Then you leave peacefully, you are leaving to something. Not that just because this work is, I'm done here, I can't leave here. Because the truth of the matter is there is no word that is so bad that you cannot cope with. It's all about mindset, and I'm planning ahead. Look at it. You by yourself develop, search for technological tools that can help you manage those work better. Even your boss will come to, everybody will come to you in your office, how are you doing it? How are you doing it? And then you now start you'll be the one to change that work environment, and they will thank you for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So there's another question. Somebody would like you to explain again the priority metrics.
Okay. The priority metrics is, I don't know if any of us have read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Is there too. It's just they now develop. And what it does is that you have 4 tables, or you have 4 sheets of paper. You can even practice it. On the first sheet, write important and urgent on the first sheet. The second one, write not important, not urgent. Then on the third one, write not urgent, but important. Then the other one is important, not urgent. So you have those 4. So anything that comes to your mind, there's an email. You receive an email advertising newer product by Glo. Where do we put that? It's not urgent, and depending on you, it's not important. So just there, you put it in the column 4, in that column, not important, not urgent. So by the time you put all those together, the thing that is important and urgent, you must do them immediately. The one that are important but not urgent, you need to schedule when you are going to do it. And that is where the crux of the matter is. The important but not urgent. Because those are the things that determines how we progress in life. Those are the things that help our work. But problem is that most of the time, that is the column that suffers. Okay, let me say I'm a doctor. Reading my books is important, but it's not urgent. But most time, I don't get to read the book because by the time I check my phone, spend 1 hour going from Facebook to WhatsApp to Twitter to all those things, well, a time has gone. I don't have time to sit down and read my books. Or if whatever self-development, going to the hospital for a check, even monitoring our blood pressure, they are important, but they are not urgent. And that is why most times they suffer. So if we need to make sure that we focus on those things, important but not urgent. We must schedule them. When we wake up in the morning, we must put up a timetable that says, okay, by 2 p.m., 2 to 4 p.m., I want to read my books. So once it's 2 p.m., my phone will ring me. I go into one secluded place and put on my phone, and then I focus on those. We read it for 2 hours. After 2 hours, I on my phone back again. I wrote an exam recently where there was a CBT professional exam. What they did for us is that we do not enter with our phones. So for 3 hours, our phones were off, and even did not fall. So I can't, all these things make us to feel that, I must, somebody may call, somebody may do. So we need to prioritize those important, not urgent issues, so that we can be able to develop. Then the not important, not urgent. We need to trash them. We need to keep them as trash. You only do them when we have some. I just want to look at my WhatsApp, just 30 minutes, just look at all those things. What has been happening? Except those one professional messages. But all those student association where somebody just sharing G, somebody just cracking jokes, and you spend 2-3 hours there. arguing on things that does not matter. Then the one that are not urgent, but not urgent, not urgent, but important. Then they are mentioned. Then the thing that are not important but urgent. We have somebody to do it for us. You delegate it because others can do it for you. So you delegate it. So that's what I will do. I sent a PDF file to coordinator. We share with us so that we can read more about this work-life balance and try practicing it. Thank you.
Doctor, to add to what you have said, I think the book is either chapter 2 or chapter 3. You call it Quadrant Lifestyle. Yeah, it's there to be able to help all those who want to find it. Is there 7 habits of highly effective people with the Johari window in that, so people can find that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for that. So, participant, any more questions?
Hello.
Anyone? Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, greetings to you all. My name is Nash. So just to draw attention to some important shifts we need to make at the workplace. Often we assume that it is the employer who should ensure that there's work balance at the workplace. When in actual fact, staff can also lead some well-being activities that would support all other staff. So as an employer, first and foremost, or maybe as a line manager, to just make sure that you are not piling a lot of work on people who have a good record of clearing, their work. We often look out for the top performers and we keep adding onto their plate, therefore just putting so much workload on them while others are having, call it a less busy time, so we need to be very conscious about that. We can also formalize days that we allow staff to either come to office late or close early, or even declare a day that is like a holiday for staff. So it's a day that nobody works. So they take time off, they declare some of their social activities. For me, I think it's very important. But I actually like the staff-led well-being activities. Sometimes they bring all CEOs, regional directors to jump hoops and undertake games with national service personnel or assistants and officers, including managers and so on. It helps a great deal, in lightening the tensions in the office, lightening work burdens. So I think we need to look at both as equally important in work-life balance at our workplaces and in our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. That's also very enlightening, where the focus should be. Okay. Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? We're about reaching the top of the hour and bringing the session into a close. Any questions?
I think personally, one of the things I may add to what we are discussing today is unhealthy competition. Sometimes we look at what other people are achieving and put pressure on ourselves to go beyond ourselves. So to be able to talk about work balance, what can you do? In Doctor's presentation, he talked about contentment. If we are content to a certain level of what we have, we are able to say no to some things. Sometimes if you are not able to discipline yourself to say no, you want to get yourself involved everything. At the end of the day, it brings a lot of pressure within you. The next thing I would also like to share that some of us, we are also looking at the cultural setting and the community we find ourselves. Itself also bring pressure for you to get involved in so many things to be able to respond to the community. So that area, you also need to draw lines and to be able to shape yourself, that you won't burden yourself too much beyond to break yourself down. I think if we look at these two things, unhealthy competition and what the cultural setting or the circumstances we find ourselves bring, that will also contribute to the work balance and how to be able to keep ourselves healthy emotionally in balance. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
sir.
much. Yeah, that was also important. Unnecessary competition and peer pressure. All right. So any more, please, contribution from the house?
Auntie Abby, mine is a request, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
Kindly proceed.
When Doc was making his submissions, he mentioned some apps that could help us, have a quality lifestyle, but I realized those apps were not mentioned in his slides. So if it's possible for him to list them for us, maybe send it to you for you to share on the WhatsApp platform, so that those of us who are interested could actually download them and make use of them. Thank you.
Yes. Noted. I will edit the slide before sending, so that we can add more things to it. And it will also be good for us to, maybe we organize another meeting where we invite some of these tech experts to come and talk to us, because the world of technology is evolving every day. Even me myself, I still need to learn more about apps that we can use. So we can plan another meeting where we invite someone that can tell us, enlighten us about different apps. Because if we are going to take that, it's another lecture on its own entirely, because in every area of endeavors, more and more newer and newer apps are coming up. Thank you.
Thank you. So work-life balance. That's interesting. Yeah. That's an interesting suggestion. We would look into that and incorporate that as well. Thank you. Any more concerns, questions, contributions from the house? Okay, so that we end up right on time. Once again, let me say thank you very much, Doc, for your time and for the short notice we gave you, but also for the great presentation that you have made. We are most grateful and thank you so much. I would like to extend through you also my thanks to Dipo. Dipo has been very supportive and has continuously supported us with presenters from Nigeria. We are most grateful. It's good to hear our big brothers come to share their knowledge with us. So thank you very much, Dipo. Wherever you might be, I think he's online, but if he's not, Dipo, thanks, we so appreciate you. I would also like to extend a little bit. Yeah, I'd also like to take this opportunity to also say thank you to a few other partners that we've had in the past who have been so supportive. We've been immensely supported by Global Missions Resource Center that has been there for us and supported us in times also in various ways. And also we also have with us our advocacy group who help us to share this wisdom, to share this knowledge on mental wellness and create the awareness with people across the country. And I would like to say thank you very much. And then to personal friends and family members who have worked tirelessly to support this vision, thank you also very much. And for you who joined us today, thank you so much for coming. This wouldn't have been completed without you, and we most appreciate. As we do always, after this section, we're going to open our WhatsApp platform. For those who want to join the WhatsApp platform, kindly send us a message. We would add you on, and we would open the platform for just about a week and share the presentation there. And we get to speak and talk about issues that we couldn't bring up here. So it's an open forum also for us to discuss for a week, share our thoughts, our concerns and questions, and then we can get an expert to come in. Or if there's an area that you thought we could also look into, you can share all of that on that platform, and then it helps us to prepare adequately for that. And so with this, we come to the end of the session on mental wellness. Next month and the last quarter of the year, we are going to have a conversation on spirituality, you and your spirituality as a form of helping you manage your mental wellness. And so we're going to do spirituality, which will be broad, but we're covering Christianity, Islam, and any other religion or another form of spirituality that anybody would like to come up with. That will be the next 3 months what we will be discussing. So there will be an open forum for us to do the first 2 months, and then the third month we'll bring in an expert to talk to us from that perspective. I hope you will join us. I presume that is going to be very interesting. And then we'll end up the year by bringing in the experts from all the topics that we have handled this year. The first one was on marriage, which was exciting. It was good to hear people's perspective on marriage and marriage challenges, and then also how to bring up your parenting was also very interesting. And this quarter we have done work-life balance, and the next quarter we're going to do spirituality. So the last month of the year, that's what we're going to do. Bring the experts together, bring you together, and let's speak to the issues that matter and that affect us and that keeps us from going to sleep at night. Thank you very much. This has been Silent Screen Foundation. We are grateful to have you with us. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Glad to be with you.
Thank you, man. We are very grateful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man. God bless you, man.
You're most welcome. God bless you too.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, we miss you. God bless you.
God bless you too. God bless you for coming. God bless you for coming.